Hey friend, Church D coming at you once again. Thank you for tuning in to What Does It Take to Win. This week, I'm not going to hold you too long. I know last week I kind of went over my time. I apologize for that, but it's been a while, and I wanted to fill your minds with some more valuable information. But this week, I won't be taking so long. I just want to start off by saying, hey, if you would like to purchase my new EP that came out, it's entitled The Big Reveal. You can get it on any platform that you get your music from. So you can download it, purchase it, or you could stream it. It's on Spotify, it's on Amazon Music, Apple Music. If you want to just go on YouTube, YouTube Music, etc. All of your favorite streaming platforms, it's there. Anywhere you purchase your music, it's there. It's entitled The Big Reveal by Church D. It has some really cool jazz vibes, and you can grab that. I also put out a single before then entitled The Vision, and it features an awesome saxophonist from Jacksonville, Florida. You can also grab that. It's available on every digital outlet. And let's go back a little bit further. I put out another album, a full-length album by the name of The Cactus, Bare Minimum 2.0. That came out back in May 2019. So there's a lot of music out there under the name of Church D. If you'd like to support me, feel free to do so. If you'd like me to check out some of your music, just give me a heads up. I'll check it out as well. And we can possibly connect. You just want to click the link in my bio, send me an email, and we'll go from there. So let's get right to it. On this episode, we'll be talking about the importance of opportunities. So it's entitled, Don't Let Your Hunger for Opportunities Turn You Into an Opportunist. Now, I had tweeted that about 2 years ago. I want to say I tweeted it in 2018. And I actually pinned that to my Twitter account. So if you want to fact check me, you can just, look me up on Twitter and see if I'm lying or not. But I thought it would be good to expand on that topic and just not leave it as a tweet because it can be very helpful. It's helped me over the course of my professional career and just in life in general. So I figured I'd share some valuable information with you guys in regards to that. So I have, I think, 3 or 4 points, but I actually want to start off by just telling you guys what the definition of the word opportunity is. And of course, I went on trusty Google and just pulled up the definition. So you could do the same. If you don't believe me, it's right here on Google. Just type in the word opportunity or opportunity definition. So the word opportunity is defined as a set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. Okay, I'm going to read that once more. It's a noun. It's a set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. So from the jump, if you want to be successful, you're going to need an opportunity. Sooner or later, somebody's going to have to connect you with an opportunity, or you're going to have to connect yourself and mix and mingle and interact with people in order to receive more opportunities in the future. So this is what brought me to my 4 points. Okay. The first point that I want to expand on would be that what goes around comes around, and why loyalty is the key to success. So just keep that in mind. What goes around comes around, and remain loyal. Okay. The second point would be don't mistreat people for your own personal gain. I think that might be the most important one. It ties in with the first point, but I'm going to elaborate on that one a little bit more. The third point would be to use these opportunities to grow and to help others. Sometimes we'll get into really good situations and then sort of just keep everything to ourselves and not help others. And that's never a good thing to do. And the fourth and final point would be to be fearless. There's plenty of opportunities for everyone. Don't have that crab in a barrel mentality where it's like, oh, I'm scared I'm going to lose this opportunity. No, be fearless. Go for what you want. More opportunities will come and you'll be successful. So let's go back. Let's start off with my first point of what goes around comes around and why loyalty is the key to success. So I'm going to start off by using myself as an example. And for those of you who listen to this podcast since episode 1, you're probably like, wow, this dude's a narcissist. No, I'm not a narcissist. I just don't want to put a lot of people into my podcast and say, oh, this person did that. That person said this, when I can talk about myself and I don't have to worry about facing a lawsuit. See? But I digress. Yeah, let's get back on topic before I start rambling. So yeah, loyalty. So for example, I there's this person, well, there's actually a bunch of people that I look up to musically, and they're all a little bit older than me. And by a little bit, I mean like 10 to 12 years. So that's kind of a lot bit, but not really. More so like a big brother, cousin, or maybe even an uncle. There's some people I look up to musically, and I see them as mentors. So I was actually chatting it up with one of them, and this person, they were just kind of reminding me, like, yeah, you're doing me a really huge favor right now. A lot of people, they wouldn't do what you're doing for me, especially under these circumstances. So, long story short, I had met with this person. I think I was like 11 or 12, and they were like in their early 20s or so, right? But they kind of took me under their wing and decided to mentor me. And then they were really close with another family member. They were also mentoring them. And this family member, of course, was like a lot older. They were mentoring them, and, just they were kind of helping one another to grow and get better at what it was that they were doing, better at their craft. So some time had passed, and, you know, now I'm a little bit older. I think at the time I was like 19. I was like in my second year in college or something like that. And we had reconnected again. And, I would go by, I'd help this person out. This was just when I was getting into like music production, and I was becoming more familiar with different softwares and hardware, like for keyboards as well. So the knowledge that I had regarding that, I would go and I would share it with them. A few more years passed, like almost a decade. We had lost contact. I think I changed my number and they changed theirs as well. So we weren't in any type of communication at all. So a couple of years back, we reconnected on social media, exchanged our numbers, and the rest has been history. It's like we're back like we never left off. So I ended up actually having to leave the country for a little bit, on some business stuff. And I needed somebody to cover for some of my other obligations. So I reached out to this person. I said, "Hey, man, I'm going to be out of town out of the country for a couple of months. Do you think you could handle covering these obligations for me? And then when I get back, we can chat it up a little bit." And they just didn't hesitate. They were like, "Yeah, sure, I can definitely do that." And it's funny because some of the other people that I would reach out to and say, "Hey, can you take care of this for me?" They would say, "Yeah, I can," and then I wouldn't hear from them. They would just completely disappear. So long story short, the obligations that needed to be fulfilled and covered for me, they were fully taken care of. And he received a lot of high praises from that. And when I came back, he had a need that needed to be handled and taken care of. So I just stepped right in and, I sort of filled that gap. And so it's just like one hand washing the other. So if you look at it full circle, I met him when I was a child. He was helping out and mentoring. We reconnected as I was becoming a young adult. I was then helping him out and mentoring. Lost touch again, connected in my adult years. And I needed him. He helped me out. And now, again, he needed me, so I'm helping him out. So you can sort of see the way the cycle is going of how you have to be loyal, and then the opportunities will present itself, and you never know who can just connect you with your next big opportunity. It might not necessarily be like a huge opportunity, but it's something that can help you for the time being. It could be something as small as you needing a little extra cash to put some gas in your car, and someone calls you and says, "Hey, want to make some money really quickly?" And it's nothing illegal. I don't condone illegal acts. Okay, we're just going to say that right now. But, it could just be something that could help you along the way and get you back on your feet. So that's where the loyalty comes in. You remain loyal to the right people, of course, and the opportunities will follow. This brings me to my next point. I think that was actually a great segue into point number 2. You don't want to mistreat people for your own personal gain. So this is like the flip side to the first point that I gave you. What goes around comes around. So those who you mistreat, you'll either have to end up serving them, or they'll be in a position in which they call the shots and they can give you the opportunities or take them away. So be careful of the seeds that you're sowing, because literally what you sow is what you're going to reap. Sometimes we get caught up gossiping about other individuals, just, simply talking about them, even if it's not gossiping. Be careful who you do that with, because you never know. Like, a listening ear doesn't always mean they're on your side. You could be talking with somebody about your peer or about your quote unquote competition, And they could just be sizing you up like, okay, this is what this person thinks about our potential competition. Well, I wonder what they think about me. And I wonder what they say when I'm not in the room. And you could really be shooting yourself in the foot and handicapping yourself by doing that. So you want to be careful. Don't go out of your way to mistreat people at all. It's definitely going to come back. I've seen it with my own eyes. I know somebody where they worked under another individual, not directly under them, but they were like a supervisor in their department. So they worked under them, and that supervisor was very rude and nasty towards them and just treated them horribly. So this person who worked under them eventually got promoted to a position higher than that supervisor. And the funny story is, they were the ones who were now doing the hiring and the firing. And well, guess who had to interview for the job? Yep, you got it. The supervisor that wasn't treating them correctly. Do you think that person got the job? Absolutely not. But you see how things come full circle. You know, this supervisor ended up mistreating this person who was just trying to work and do their job. Now that person was elevated and they had the power. They were in the position to hire and fire. So when this supervisor wanted to apply for a higher position and now they have to work under the person they were mistreating, they didn't get that position. So you never know. You got to be careful of how you treat people. You got to watch your character at all times. And just don't go out of your way to mistreat people and be mean and nasty. It's unnecessary. Which leads me to my next point, which is to use these opportunities to grow and to help others. Don't become greedy with your opportunities. There's more than enough work, more than enough opportunities to go around. I actually ended up learning that and experiencing that firsthand. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, in my late teens and early 20s, that was when I was really getting heavily into production, music production. I think I was doing like hip hop, R&B stuff at the time, just trying to get my foot into the door. And I was connecting with a bunch of different people. As I was just starting, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to just be that go-to guy. I have to seek out opportunities. There's not many opportunities, and it's going to be very scarce. Like once I connect with one artist, I have to like hold them tight under my arm because there's not going to be any more opportunities for me. And that actually wasn't the case. I found out that people were telling me, well, a lot of the people in the production circle, they were saying to me, hey, you know, we need like 100 beats, we need 200 beats, etc. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, I don't think I can make that many beats at once. And it turned out that it'd be better to form a production team wherein, you know, you're not doing everything by yourself. There are so many opportunities. So many artists need music. So many artists need beats. That's actually a free gem that I just dropped. I hope you guys caught on to that. But there's so much work to go around where it's like you can't do it all by yourself. And you shouldn't do it all by yourself. That's not why we were created. That's not why we have to have relationships with other human beings. You know, it should be a collaborative effort. And it brings me back to my first point of loyalty and not doing things by yourself. Remember, as I mentioned earlier, the person that I looked up to, they had an opportunity for me. I took advantage of that opportunity. The next time around, I had an opportunity for them. They took advantage of that opportunity. Now, once again, they had another opportunity for me, and it's just going to continue. That cycle will just continue until we get to the place we both want to be. And even if this isn't about us, but for you, that's how it's going to work out as long as you keep these healthy relationships and you use your opportunities to help others. The biggest opportunities that I had was simply just by meeting people and, you know, keeping in contact with them and showing myself friendly. And that led to a lot of success in my life. So yeah, you want to, as these opportunities come, you share with others. And then the next time around, they're going to remember, oh, okay, you shared with me. You helped me to grow. I'm at a higher level. Let me reach out to you again and either bring you up to my level or open the door for you to do something even greater. And then you'll return the favor to me. It's like walking upstairs, one step at a time. Sheesh, I said a lot. But remember, there are plenty of opportunities to go around. And when you help others, you're actually doing yourself a favor. And this brings me to my fourth and final point. Be fearless and go for what you want. I did this a lot when I was younger, especially in my early 20s. I wanted endorsement deals. That's what I thought was cool at the time. Endorsement deals with different companies. So I had I think three endorsement deals and like one artist pricing deal. And you could actually look me up. It should be on their website still, or maybe two of them. They don't last very long. Sometimes they're not even that great, but that's another story. But I was being fearless about it. I had met a really cool individual. It was a drummer at the time, and they had an endorsement deal. And I asked them straight up, I was like, "Yo, how'd you do this? Like, what can I do in order to get an endorsement deal?" So they just told me, they're like, "Yeah, you need to put this together, do that, and contact this company, or they'll end up just seeing you somewhere, and then they'll reach out to you, and etc." So I followed his instructions. I wasn't being fearful about it at all. I was fearless. I put together everything he said to put together. I reached out to them, and in about a week's time, I got a nice little email back saying, "Hey, here's our form. Just fill it out, and then you can be on our roster as an endorser for our company." And in my early 20s, I'm like, "Man, this is really cool. Like, I've made it. Mama, look at me." Not knowing the full story, but that was cool. I went after what I wanted. Same thing like with the music production thing. I didn't have any formal training in the beginning stages. I really didn't know a whole lot of people who were into that. I had just met like some brand new people, like I had mentioned, in my late teens and early 20s, like when I was just starting college. So I was brand new to all of this. I didn't know what I was doing, but I just went after it. I was being fearless. I knew I wanted to produce. I knew I wanted to own a recording studio. I knew I wanted to work with different artists, and I was just going for it. And it's led me to some really amazing people and different creatives to create for. Same thing with the touring situation and being a professional musician. I didn't know how I was going to do that. I'm from New England. Nothing happens up here. It's not like New York. It's not like LA. I'm from New England. The best you could do is go to music school and then graduate and play at a restaurant or a church. You know what I'm saying? But, God's really blessed me to see, I think it's been 18 different countries now, and counting. So I just went after it, and, I showed myself friendly, of course. I remained loyal. I wasn't just out here chasing opportunities, and just trying to mistreat people, but I followed everything I just told you guys to do. And it's worked out for me. So if it's going to work for me, I don't see why it can't work out for you. So a quick recap of don't let your hunger for opportunities turn you into an opportunist. Remember, what goes around comes around, and loyalty is definitely the key to success. Point number 2, don't mistreat people for your own personal gain. Point number 3, use these opportunities to grow and to help others. And my last and final point, be fearless. There's plenty of opportunities for everyone. Thank you for all of your time today. Thanks for tuning in to this podcast. I hope it blessed you. I hope it encouraged you. I hope it inspired you. Hey, if you like it, be sure to click the share button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find me on YouTube at Church D. Check out my website. I'll put the link in the description below. And until next time, thanks for tuning in, friends.